Excellent. Excellent. Now, no, this one can happen. What about falling asleep? So, does it happen?
Definitely happens.
Yep.
Definitely happens. Happens so often to me.
I think you can smell the treats in my pocket, can't you, from my dog? Is that what you can do?
There's such different... A lot of people have different ideas about the whole falling asleep thing, okay?
Yeah.
Some people, because I've done so many different forms of meditation, you know, I have one and some one of my Indian sort of more meditative teachers says, if you fall asleep, you know, you're doing it wrong.
Right.
And in a way you are, okay? Because in meditation, what you're actually trying to do is you're trying to get clarity and stability in your mind.
Right.
Okay? You're trying to harness those and practice those skills. So obviously if you fall asleep, you're probably haven't got the greatest clarity going on. But at the same time, a lot of people say that if you fall asleep, that's what your body needed at the time. Okay?
And you can meditate to sleep anyway, can't you? As in, as I want to improve my sleep, I'm going to do some meditation.
That's exactly it. Sometimes I do that because it's that way of getting all of those thousands of thoughts out of your mind before you fall asleep. And then, yes, I just naturally fall asleep and I think, well, I don't think anything because I wake up the next morning and think, well, that worked well.
Where am I? Okay. Right. Here we go. We are going to get down to the nitty gritty now. So this is sort of the section where we're saying, okay, well, you've made the decision. You want to start. So that first question, is there only one type of meditation?
Oh, so many types of meditation.
I've realised that as well.
Yeah. There's so many apps. I mean, there's so many different types. And it's like exercising. You know, some people are going to find it more useful and are going to enjoy dance. You know, some people are going to really enjoy outdoor training. Some people are like gym junkies. Meditation is exactly the same. There's contemplative practices, there's chanting, there's mantras, there's...
I think that's the one everybody's kind of like, oh, I don't know whether I'm into that one.
That's it. I mean, some people do it in their own language. Some people do it in a language they don't even understand. You know, you don't even know what you're chanting. There's so many different ways. There's even prayer. Prayer is a form of meditation as well. Okay. So again, it comes back to this thing of there's sort of no rules. And one thing I wanted to emphasize with that as well was just that if the first thing you try isn't working for you, try a different style.
Same with exercise.
That's right. And you might deep down, Richard, be a chanter.
I might be a chanter. In fact, actually, I did try one of those mantra ones, and actually, I couldn't find it again on my app. so I haven't tried it again yet, but I will try it, and I will look for one. But I'm looking for the one that works for me. That's what I'm trying to find in the app.
That's right. And mantra is normally, as I understand it, mantra is normally more like an internal. You're saying it to yourself. Chanting is when you're actually saying it out loud. You know, so. You know, singing or saying a sentence over and over again out loud.
Okay, great.
So, question number 6. How do I get started? Well, I think we've sort of almost touched straight on that one away at the moment already, which is there's definitely loads of apps out there. I use an app called Insight, I think it is, which has got loads of stuff on it. Loads of it's free, some of it's premium. But how would you say is the best way to go? Is there probably there isn't a best way. There's just a way.
That's right. And I guess I can speak from my experience. And as I mentioned before, my experience was that I actually was guided by someone. And I really enjoyed that because, I probably as well, when you're in that guided sort of situation, you do tend to have a bit more clarity and stability. You don't fall asleep quite as easily. So that's what worked for me. And with the meditation, that's how we do it as well. Also because I think part of meditation is a bit of that checking in and community that can be built through it as well. So if you're in sort of a group situation or even a one-on-one with someone else, you're having that how do you feel beforehand? How do you feel after sort of discussion as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yes.
So some of those things can be helpful, but not everyone has time for it.
No.
So the apps are fabulous these days. There's the Smiling Mind. That's a really,
Okay, yeah.
and I'm pretty sure that they're Australia based.
Right.
And
Okay.
Calm as well.
Calm, yep.
Smiling Mind, they actually even use in the schools at the
Oh,
moment.
okay, right. Well, we might put some links in the bottom of this one for those particular apps. Smiling Mind,
But
Calm.
I think I was talking to someone just recently, and she was saying that you have to look at yourself as well. Okay, all of this, it's all mind training. And again, it relates so much back to exercise. If you're going to make that decision to exercise, you need to allocate a time for it.
Yes.
Okay?
Yep.
So if you're going to decide, I'd like to give this whole meditation thing a bit of a go, allocate a time for it. You know? So step one for me would be allocate that time.
Yep.
Now, another thing that I think some people jump into is thinking that you're going to meditate for like half an hour your first time.
Oh no, 10 minutes for me.
That's it. 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Don't push it. It's like exercise. It's not something, you're not going to do 20 sit-ups the first time you ever try to do sit-ups.
Nope.
Okay?
No.
So
No.
don't push your mind in the same way.
Yeah.
Okay? So have realistic, well, actually, as I normally say, don't have expectations at all.
Yeah.
I'm not a big
fair
one
enough.
for expectations. Maybe aspire to even do 10 minutes. But if you get to 8 minutes and your brain just, you're totally get out of the zone, then be okay with that.
Now I know that's called monkey mind. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. The monkey mind is when your mind kind of jumps around, which is what I've discovered because I used the app, and what I did was I just found one of the courses, a 7-day beginners thing. Yeah. And and one of them, she talked about monkey mind, which actually is that, And I don't know if you've like the sleep thing. When you can't get to sleep, that's pretty much a monkey mind, is it's like bouncing around the cage, hanging off the ceiling. Your mind's kind of going whoa, and that's when you need something like meditation just to.
Yeah, or like or you know how people say you write it down first. Yeah. Write all those thoughts down. Yeah. Be kind to yourself. Don't expect yourself to remember the stuff that next morning. Yeah. Write it down and then do the meditation and try and get that out of your mind a little bit. And well, one other thing just on getting started as well that I was discussing with a friend was even stuff like if you're afraid that you're going to fall asleep, set a timer. I set an alarm every single time I meditate if I have something to go to. So quite often for me, I need a little bit of extra calm before I go to pick up the kids.
Yes.
And I think by doing this now, I'm going to be helping everyone.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I will put 10 minutes aside and I set my alarm because I want to make sure I actually pick up the kids.
That's pretty good. And probably if you're worried about falling asleep, don't sit in the chair because you might fall out.
Okay.
Well, a chair with just like a normal chair.
On a hard floor. Maybe.
Put some cushions around.
Yes. Yeah. Well, one of the things I do, for example, I really do. I quite enjoy meditating laying down, but I don't normally do it in my bed because that is probably going to lead to sleep.
Yes. Yeah.
I will often lay on a carpeted floor.
Yes.
Yeah. But if I am really thinking I'm just going to fall asleep right now, I will sit. Often I cross my legs, but that's just because it's comfortable. Yeah. And it's not in the yogic position. It's just a normal cross-legged position. Yeah. And I'll sit on the floor with my back up against a couch or my bed. Yep. So that, I've got some support there as well. You don't get a gold star for how well you meditate each time.
No, that's right. Yeah.
It's not, and don't treat yourself like that either.
Yes.
Get into the position, get into the place, but ideally, especially when you're starting out, maybe it's probably better to try and be in a bit of a quiet place. Give yourself the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, or wait till like right now when they're actually then sitting down and sleeping as well.
As soon as you lie down on the ground, you're guaranteed a dog is going to come up and lick your face.
Pretty much.
Right at the wrong moment.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like same with exercise, doing push-ups. Yes. Can't do it, holding a plank. Yeah. Challenging.